Buck, this morning, I was getting ready, and I saw our good buddy Zoran Mamdani. There continues to be more and more what I would say are straight communist swill videos with him endorsing them. I don't even think there's any way to tiptoe up to this. It's no longer remotely socialism. He is a committed communist. And you say, okay, what does that sound like? Well, it sounds like saying, hey, I think we might need to abolish private property. And I'm going to play that for a minute. Let me also tell you, fun coming. Shane Gillis, the comedian, went on the ESPYs last night. We've got some funny jokes that we will play for you later in the program. And I promise you that they're going to make you laugh. And I guarantee you that the DEI email and text chains inside of ESPN are feverish right now over the jokes that he told. And we'll play some of those for your enjoyment. But this is Mamdani, the Democrat mayor for New York City, saying, hey, maybe we just need to consider abolishing private property. This is cut 4.
My platform is that every single person should have housing. And I think faced with these two options, the system has hundreds of thousands of people unhoused, right? For what? And if there was any system that could guarantee each person housing, whether you call it the abolition of private property or you call it, just a statewide housing guarantee, it is preferable to what is going on right now. Mm-hmm. And I think that people try and play like gotcha games about these kinds of things. And it's like, look, I care more about whether somebody has a home.
Okay, let me ask you this, Buck, because this is where I went when I started to see these videos. And then Curtis Slee was on Fox News. He's on Fox News all the time. He's going to be the Republican nominee. Andrew Cuomo and Eric Adams are both going to be independent. And it looks like the split vote is going to put Mamdani in as mayor. Am I being a total jerk? The answer may very well be yes. When I look at this strategically and say, I think Republicans are fighting too hard to beat this guy. I think we should let Democrats elect a communist, mayor of New York City, and let Mamdani and all of the crazy things that he has said be the face of the Democrat Party next year for the midterms. We may have to sacrifice New York City in terms of having a competent mayor in order to win a bigger prize, which is the House of Representatives. Tell me why this is not strategically why should we fight as hard as we can to protect Democrats from the lunacy of their choices?
Well, Mr. Nashville over here is very quick to feed New York City into the wood chipper. Let me say,
there's about 300 million of us that'll be fine. I'm sorry.
For our massive tri-state audience, I'm not willing to just let you be voted off the island of sanity so quickly, okay? I understand what Clay's saying. It is that the left should get what they want and get it, long and hard. They should have to really deal with the reality of their choices and what the Democrat Party has become. I still have, as you know, family in Manhattan. Half my family lives in Manhattan. I'm going to see them next week. I'll be in Manhattan next week, so I'll be able to come back and report from the front lines for those who are concerned about the trajectory of the city. There's some decently positive things that are happening in New York right now. NYPD is on a pretty good footing. Commissioner Tisch, whom I worked with briefly in the NYPD myself, she's doing a good job. She's a good manager, understands the ins and outs of running a 40-something thousand person department, which is how big the NYPD is. It's the size of a lot of countries' standing armies. So it's a big job. She's doing a good job with it. So here's the question, Clay. Will it be a situation where the Democrats, if Mamdani wins, the Democrats will rally behind him as a new standard bearer, or will they be able to silo this off a bit and say, that's New York, he's the guy for them? Because not everybody in the Democrat Party is happy about this guy becoming, let's be honest. This is male AOC as mayor of New York. That's what this guy is, effectively, politically. It would be like AOC is a dude and is now running, is running New York City. That would be the Mayor Mamdani administration. I'm not sure all the Democrats want that. So there might be some political upside to it. for us.
I think I think this would win the House. And I do feel sorry for all of you that I am sacrificing in the WOR tri-state listenership.
As he pushes your head, he's in his rowboat, he's in the lifeboat, and he's pushing New York's head underwater. I will not allow this, New York.
I got to tell you, it's a little bit like the Hunger Games, where sometimes as a tribute you have to sacrifice yourself for the betterment of the of the contest. I think that Mamdani, here's why I think that this could be so effective as well, Buck. This is where you take advantage of there being no real head of the Democrat Party. Because if we have a crazy governor on the Republican side, or if we have a crazy senator or a crazy congressman, and guess what? We got all three, right? Every party does. Trump is the head of the party. So you can't really say, the new head of the Republic. Trump has taken up all of the oxygen. He is the face of the Republican Party. You can't make someone else the face of the Republican Party. Who's the face of the Democrat Party right now? It's certainly not Hakeem Jeffries. It's not Chuck Schumer. It's not even Gavin Newsom's trying to fill that void. I don't think it's him. It's not J.B. Pritzker. It's not Gretchen Whitmer. It's not Josh Shapiro. They're certainly not Mayor Pete. It's not Joe Biden. It's not even Kamala Harris. I think Republicans can make Mamdani the face of the Republican Party and Democrat Party might well, Buck, be able to wed, as you just said, Mamdani and AOC. We always talk about California liberals. What about New York communists? Instead of running against California liberals, New York communist is a lot more of a negative associational value for most people nationwide. And so I'm sitting around, there's this obsession right now with Republicans trying to save Democrats from the consequences of their choice in the primary. Why? Why should we not just sit back and let them take themselves over the woke waterfall?
It's a problem, I think, that you could look at through the prism of Los Angeles and San Francisco and really all the Pacific Northwest cities, Portland, Seattle, where they have really gone after, less so in LA, maybe, but in the other places for sure, San Fran for sure, Mamdani policies for many years. And I don't think it's been the huge drag on the Democrat Party that we would hope for. I mean, even look at you ask who the standard bearer is of the Democrat Party right now? I think it's Gavin Newsom. At this moment in time,
wants to be.
I think he is right now. I think he could get pushed off that pedestal pretty quickly. But I think Gavin Newsom is the national Democrat of the moment. The fact that he's willing to go on a big right-leaning podcast, the fact that he's been willing to debate. He debated Hannity, right? Was it? Or
he debated DeSantis on
Hannity. Yeah. Sorry,
yeah.
I was trying to remember. He debated DeSantis on Hannity. He loves the media. He loves the attention, obviously. So I think that he's the guy. And so the mismanagement, here's my point. The mismanagement of California has not delivered the wins that we would want to see necessarily at the national level. I'm not sure what happened in New York either. To be honest with you, de Blasio was horrible, and they went with only a slightly less horrible Eric Adams. Yeah, is there a part of me that feels like the Democrat electorate of New York hasn't suffered enough? Sure, but New York is a place with, if you win New York City, or if you win it by enough, you're basically winning it at the state level too. Yep. So I would rather Democrats have to play a little more defense in their home state than just completely radicalize the whole thing and turn it into fully East Coast California. Because remember, we got Long Island. There are some places of sanity. Our Long Island listeners are pumping their fists in the air. They know what's up.
No, look, Staten Island certainly is not voting for this insanity. And New York was closer in the 2024 presidential election than Florida or Texas were. That's like New York was closer to being a red state than Texas or Florida were to being blue states. I think this would actually open the door for Elise Stefanik next year in the governor's race. I think if you asked Elise Stefanik and you said, hey, I get it, like Eric Adams or Cuomo would be a better choice for the city, what motivates Republican turnout more? A communist New York City mayor upstate? Do people show up and say, oh my goodness, we can't have Kathy Hochul back again? I think it might. And I certainly think it would be impactful in the House of Representatives to be able to run against him nationwide. So a part of me, I'm sorry, New York, a part of me is thinking, hey, maybe we keep the life vest inside of the boat.
I think
and
there's
you
a little
guys
bit
have
of
to swim for shore.
when Clay was an undergrad at GW and all the New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut GW folks were like, Clay, did you grow up playing a banjo? Clay, were you in Civil War reenactments? Like they must have been fascinated because there were, as we've discussed, not a lot of Tennesseans going to GW. So I think Clay is having a little fun at the expense of our tri-state family here.
I'm just going to save the country, but it might mean that some of you have to drown. I'm just saying every now and then it's like, what's the great debate that they have? Would you shove one person in front of a train if it
This
meant
is the ethics debate. Would you kill
Yes.
one person to save a million? And the class gets all fired up about it. Sure. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Sorry, New York. You're that person.
Maybe we could. I think we could pull New York into the rowboat. All right. I'm not gonna be Rose and let Jack go into the depths with the Titanic, freezing. I'm actually gonna pull him up on the door with me.
Rose. There was space on that door.
There was.
I'll tell you something. Rose could have saved Jack. Home invasions, everyone's worst nightmare. How do you protect yourself and your family? Get some products from Saber. They specialize in self-protection tools, including the #1 pepper spray brand trusted by law enforcement. Saber, spelled Sabre. Website, saberradio.com. They're family-owned and have been in the business for 50 years. You're going to love these guys. We have all of their personal security devices in our home, whether it's the pepper spray projectile launcher or something as simple as a handheld pepper spray. The pepper gel. So many of these products, you can put them on your doors. Super cool alarms. You're going to love them. Family owned. They'll make your home safer. SaberRadio.com. 15% off when you go right now. SABRE. That's SaberRadio.com. You can also call 844-824-SAFE. That's 844-824-SAFE.